Well, hello again. I'm Robin and welcome to Cook With Me Gluten Free. If you joined me from our previous episode, you know that we are making great gluten-free recipes, all the good stuff that we can't get walking into a restaurant. Easy recipes that we can make at home that are filled with flavor and cooked, of course, with love. So today we are making one of my favorite Asian dishes, which is chicken lo mein. Just a few ingredients, and we've got some substitutions along the way, but everything is gluten-free, of course. So I hope you're ready to cook with me gluten-free. Let's take a look at the ingredients.
All right, let's take a look at the ingredients we're going to use today. We're going to start with our noodles. Now we are making lo mein. When you're cooking gluten-free, obviously we're going to use the pasta or noodle of our choice. In this case, I'm using a 100% corn spaghetti pasta because I love the texture and it makes a great lo mein. You're welcome to use whatever lo mein noodle you would like. I have seen some at the Asian market that are gluten-free, like an egg-based noodle. So feel free to go for the noodle of your choice. Here we've got 1 pound of chicken cubed, 1/3 cup chicken broth, 2 cups of steamed broccoli. Now you can use fresh broccoli. I'm using steamed broccoli since this is a quick recipe and it's something that's easy to put together. I'm using steamed broccoli. We got 1.5 cups of carrots here, or 2 large carrots if you are grating them yourself. A tablespoon of sesame oil, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, gluten-free soy sauce. Also, this is minced garlic. I'm using a tablespoon of minced garlic, but you are welcome to use a couple of fresh garlic cloves. And then we've got 1 onion chopped, and they are chopped into like little 2-inch slivers here. The great part about all of these recipes is you can cook them to taste. So whatever feels good to you and whatever you have in your cabinet, that is definitely what you can use. All right, first we're going to take our 1/3 cup of chicken broth and our 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to put that together, and we're going to whisk this until it's nice and combined. Just give it a good whisk. Now we're going to add our 1 tablespoon of sesame oil right to our pan. I'm going to let that oil heat up. Just give it a little bit of time to warm. And then once it's warm, we're going to go ahead and add in our chicken. So let's give that a chance to warm up. All right, our oil should be warm now, so we're going to go ahead and gently add in this chicken. I'm just using a wok style pan here. So we're going to cook our diced chicken breasts until it's a nice golden brown, and make sure you adjust your temperature accordingly. We don't want our chicken to cook too fast and get burned. So we're going to let this cook, and once this is cooked, we will be back. Okay, our chicken is a nice golden brown. It's cooked all the way through, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the chicken from the pan. And we're not going to clean out this pan. We're going to use the same pan with the drippings in place. And we're going to go ahead and saute our onions right in here. Now, if you need some more oil, you can add a little more sesame oil or whatever oil, the oil of your choice, to saute your onions. If you need a little something, you can add it right here. I probably will add a little bit of oil to my pan. And we're just going to saute these until they get a bit softer. Okay, our onions are looking good, so let's go ahead and take these out of our pan. Set these aside for now. Then we're going to add our carrots and broccoli into the pan. We're going to go ahead and give those a good saute as well. I like to start with the carrots and get those moving around a little bit. And same thing here, if you feel like you need to add a little oil to your pan, if things are starting to stick, then you can do so, then add in your broccoli. And again, when I steamed my broccoli, just lightly steamed. So there's still a lot of texture to the broccoli. You can cut your broccoli up smaller. Sometimes when I get it here in this stage, I like to make my pieces a bit smaller. But I'm going to go ahead and saute this, and then we'll be ready to start adding some of our other seasonings and putting together our delicious lo mein. Now while our carrots and broccoli are cooking, we're going to go ahead and finish up our sauce. Now remember, we whisked the brown sugar and chicken broth together here. Now we're adding our 4 tablespoons of soy sauce right in to make our sauce. Give that a really good whisk, and our veggies should be about ready. Let's go ahead and give them a little check. Oh yeah, those are cooking up nicely. Now because I'm not using a wok, I'm going to change my pan before putting everything together. Okay, we've switched to our larger pan. Before we add the onions and the chicken back in, we're going to add in our minced garlic, or you can do your fresh pressed garlic. We love the taste of garlic and how it just wakes up the flavor of everything. Just going to give that a good stir now that that's in place. And I do have my burner on a medium heat right now because I don't want to overcook. I don't want to burn my garlic. I'm going to add my onions, our sauteed onions, right back in. And I'm going to add our beautiful chicken breast cubed back in. Now all that is back in the pan together. We'll give that a good stir. Let that come together, cook really well. Then our next step will be to add in the sauce. Now let's go ahead and add in our sauce. Oh, that smells delicious. Now, some people might want a little more brown sugar, a little less brown sugar. It's all a matter of taste. All right, we're going to let this cook together just a little bit, and then we're going to toss in our cooked noodles and serve. Once our water comes to a rapid boil, I'm going to boil our 100% corn spaghetti pasta for about 10 minutes. I like my pasta al dente, and on this brand, in this pot, 10 minutes is about the perfect time. You may need a little longer or a little shorter. So once that is cooked and drained, then we'll bring everything back together with all of our other yummy ingredients and give it a taste. Okay, our pasta is done, so we're going to go ahead and add our pasta right into our mixture here. We've got long noodles, so we'll make sure we do it with our tongs.
And I'm putting half the noodles in first, then I'm gonna give everything a good toss. Let's open up my tongue so I can actually toss it together. Now, one thing I realized when I looked at my mixture and I looked at the amount of pasta that we have, I feel like we need to make some additional sauce. So this is the same mixture that we whisked together earlier, and it's the 1/3 cup of chicken broth along with the soy sauce and the brown sugar. I just made a secondary batch so that I could kind of pour some over as I am adding the noodles to the pan. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to use, and you certainly don't have to use any more, especially if you are sensitive to the sweet and maybe you just need a little more chicken broth and a little soy sauce. Again, you can flavor it, definitely flavor it to taste. All right, we're gonna add a little more pasta in. Should be able to add the rest of it, the other half. And again, I'm gonna add a little bit more of our sauce. And this one noodle, that is everything. That's gonna take care of all of it. There we go. Oh, it looks amazing. It looks so good. All right, I'm gonna give this a good toss. I don't think I'm gonna add any more sauce to it. I think where I'm at is really good. And then we're gonna give it a good taste. All right, it's my favorite time. Time for the taste. Let me give you a nice close-up look of this. It is looking perfect. Hopefully it tastes as good as it looks. I'm gonna make sure I get a little bit of everything, carrots, onions, broccoli, all of it. So I can get a nice, good taste here. That's delicious. So good. You can taste all the ingredients, the onion, the carrot, everything comes together beautifully. I would recommend adding a little more sauce. It did look like it was going to come together dry with the original recipe, but adding a little more sauce, and I'll make sure that I add that in the comments below, to add 2 batches. And you're just gonna add the additional sauce to taste. Again, you see I didn't use all of it. I highly recommend this recipe. Please come back to Cook With Me gluten-free so you can tune in to some great gluten-free recipes. And remember to like and subscribe and comment. Maybe you can give me an idea for our next recipe. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.